Namaskar everyone. I hope you all are doing well and ready to embark on a fascinating journey towards Vastu-Shastra and its geographical principles. So, this will be the objectives of this lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand the principles of Vastu-Shastra. You will be able to delve into the integration of Vastu principles in modern architecture. You will understand the historical context and evolution of Vastu-Shastra, the role of five elements in Vastu, and the significance of the 16 directions, the attributes of the 45 Devta fields, and the application of Vastu remedies for directional doshas. And you will finally understand the geographical foundations of Vastu Shastra. Now we will try to understand Vastu Shastra as geographical science. So, Vastu Shastra, often referred to as the science of architecture, stands as a profound and discipline that unites the cosmic and earthly realms to create balanced and harmonious spaces. Originating from the Vedic traditions of ancient India, it encapsulates the wisdom of aligning architectural designs with the natural forces of the universe. So basically, Vastu Shastra is not merely a set of architectural guidelines, but it is a holistic science that incorporates elements like sunlight, wind, water, and the Earth's magnetic field, and it all aimed at exploring peace, health, and prosperity within a given space. So, it is a geographical science as it takes into account the geographical locations of a building, the direction it faces, and its relationship with the surrounding environment. The ancient science operates on the belief that everything in the universe, including the built environment, is interwoven with cosmic energies. And when these energies are aligned correctly, a space becomes more than just a structure, it becomes a sanctuary that brings positive energy flow. And the principles of Vastu Shastra emphasize cardinal directions, the positioning of rooms, and even the integration of five essential elements like earth, water, fire, air, and space. And these elements, when balanced correctly, are believed to ensure that a building or settlement is not only physically sound but also spiritually beneficial. Today, as urbanization and modern architecture dominate, the principles of Vastu Shastra continue to inspire designs that seek to reconnect us with nature and the cosmos. It shows the enduring relevance of this ancient geographical science in contemporary life also. Now we will try to understand the concept of five elements in Vastu. Vastu Shastra is developed over 5,000 years ago, and it is deeply rooted in the belief that the five fundamental elements or Panch Mahabhutas, Bhumi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, and Akash, are the building blocks of the universe. And these elements are not just symbolic, but also they play critical roles in the design and layout of the spaces, both in terms of their physical and metaphysical impact. Each element has a distinct influence on the environment, and Vastu Shastra integrates them in a way that maximizes the flow of positive energy, ensuring harmony between human habitation and the natural world also. And in Vastu, the earth element or Bhumi is associated with stability and grounding, which is why the placement of buildings and foundations is crucial. Jal, representing abundance and purity, is carefully considered in the layout of water sources like wells, tanks, and ponds, ensuring that water is positioned in a way that supports prosperity and emotional well being as well. And Agni is linked to energy and transformation and dictates the placement of kitchens and hearths that require the regulation of fire for health and vitality. And the Vayu governs the movement and communication, is integrated into the design through the positioning of windows and ventilation, ensuring that air circulation is optimal for physical and as well as mental health. Lastly, the Akash is the most subtle yet vital element, symbolizing the vastness of the universe and the free flow of energy. And it guides the open spaces within a structure, facilitating clarity and even spiritual openness. And Vastu Shastra goes beyond just the elements, it also incorporates the influence of cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, and intermediate directions, northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. And these directions are not arbitrary but are tied to the movement of the sun, wind patterns, and water flow, which are believed to impact the energies within a building. And by aligning these directional forces, Vastu Shastra creates a balanced environment that enhances the well being of its inhabitants, fostering a sense of peace, prosperity, and spiritual harmony. So, this intricate relationship between the elements, directions, and natural forces showcases that Vastu Shastra as a comprehensive geographical science that aims to harmonize the built environment with the cosmic and earthly energies. Now, we will see the colors used in Vastu Shastra for 5 elements. In Vastu Shastra, the 5 Panchmahabhutas or 5 elements are intricately connected not only with their functional roles but also with the specific colors that symbolize their unique qualities. And these colors are used to enhance the energy flow within a space, and it also align it with the natural and cosmic forces to create harmony and balance. Each element represented by a particular color brings a distinct influence to the environment, contributing to both the physical and spiritual well being of the inhabitants. For example, Bhumi, the earth element, is symbolized by the colors yellow or brown, representing stability, strength, and grounding. As the foundational element in Vastu, earth provides the support for buildings and land, ensuring a solid and stable base. These colors are traditionally used in the construction of foundations, floors, and even external walls to invoke a sense of rootedness and permanence. Now, the color blue is associated with water, symbolizing purity, flow, and life. As we all know that water is crucial for emotional balance, prosperity, and overall well-being, the soothing qualities of blue help promote tranquility and even emotional harmony. In Vastu, water elements are placed in specific areas like the northeast to enhance abundance and emotional health, while the color blue contributes to a calming and peaceful environment. Now, the fire is represented by red or orange, is a dynamic force associated with energy, transformation, and passion. These fiery colors are vital for areas related to cooking, heating, and illumination, such as kitchens and living space. Red and orange color also stimulate energy, creativity, and warmth, making them ideal for spaces where active energy and transformation are needed. Now, the air element symbolized by the color green represents growth, movement, and communication. Because green is the color of nature, regeneration, and vitality, promoting a sense of freshness and well being. It is also essential for spaces where air circulation and ventilation are crucial, such as windows, balconies, and open areas. Green also encourages growth and harmonious communication, fostering a balanced and healthy environment. Now, space, the most subtle and expansive element, is represented by white or violet. These colors symbolizes openness, expansion, and spirituality. White invokes purity, clarity, and mental calmness, while violet, a deeper shade, connects to a higher spiritual awareness and enlightenment. These colors are often used in meditation areas, spiritual rooms, or open spaces within the home to enhance mental clarity, freedom, and spiritual growth. By consciously incorporating these colors, according to the principles of Vastu-Shastra, spaces can be designed to align with the natural and cosmic energies. It explores balance and harmony in both the physical and spiritual realms. Now we will try to understand the key concepts in Vastu. Key concepts in Vastu Shastra are deeply rooted in geographical and ecological principles, reflecting a sophisticated understanding of the natural world and its relationship with human habitation. These concepts are not just abstract ideas, but practical applications that guide the design of spaces to ensure a harmonious balance between the built environment and the surrounding natural forces. Now, one of the most fundamental concepts in Vastu Shastra is mandala planning, which uses a geometric diagram known as the Vastu Purush Mandal as the blueprint for spatial arrangement. Now, this mandala is a symbolic representation of the universe and the cosmic forces, often divided into smaller grids that guide the placement of rooms and functions within a structure. The mandala's design is meant to align with the natural flow of energy, ensuring that spaces are organized in a way that reflects the harmony of the cosmos. Now, if we connect it with geography, this planning principle takes into account the topography and the flow of energy through space, enhancing both the practical and spiritual aspects of a building, north, south, east, and west. And the orientation of a building determines how it interacts with natural elements like sunlight, wind, and water. For example, in Vastu, the entrance is typically recommended to face the north or east, where the sun's rays are considered auspicious. This orientation ensures that the building receives the best natural light and airflow, contributing to a healthier and more energy efficient environment. Now, it reflects an intuitive understanding of climatology as also, with attention to how sunlight and wind patterns can impact this structure. And if we talk about the zoning, it refers to the strategic allocation of functions such as residential, commercial, and spiritual spaces within specific areas of a building or layout. Each zone has its own corresponding direction and elements that govern its use. For example, the northeast is often designed for spiritual activities and meditation, while the southwest may be reserved for bedrooms where stability and rest are emphasized. This zoning approach is grounded in both ecological system and the natural world, because it ensures that each space serves its intended purpose while being in harmony with the surrounding environment. Now we will try to understand the geographical foundations of Vastu Shastra. Vastu Shastra employs geographical consideration to create spaces that optimize living conditions by aligning structures with natural elements and environmental forces. Now, one of the most important aspects of Vastu is the orientation of a building relative to the sun, wind, and other geographical factors. The east, where the sun rises, is considered highly auspicious. Early morning sunlight, which is rich in vitamin D, plays a significant role in boosting health and hygiene, making this direction ideal for entrances and living spaces. Now, this orientation promotes a positive start to the day, or it enhances the overall energy and well being of the inhabitants. On the other hand, the south and west directions are traditionally reserved for heavier structures or strong areas. This strategic placement helps to shield the interior from the harsh afternoon sun, which is strongest in the west, as well as from the prevailing winds, offering a more comfortable and temperate environment within the building. Now, the north is associated with prosperity due to its magnetic alignment, drawing beneficial energies that are believed to support wealth and success. Finally, the most sacred direction, often reserved for spiritual practices such as prayer and meditation. And this direction is believed to be energetically potent, connecting the building to cosmic forces and promoting mental clarity and peace. By taking these geographical factors into account, Vastu-Shastra ensures that each space supports physical, emotional, and even spiritual well being. In Vastu Shastra, elements such as water harvesting, ventilation, and building orientation reflects a profound understanding of climatic conditions, including monsoon patterns, temperature variations, and wind flow. Now, ancient architects and urban planners used these principles not only to align buildings with cosmic forces, but also to optimize their functionality in response to the natural environment. Say, for example, water harvesting is an essential element in Vastu, where the strategic placement of water bodies such as wells, ponds, or rainwater harvesting system ensures the collection and proper distribution of water, particularly in areas prone to seasonal monsoons. Now, this practice reflects an understanding of hydrological cycles, ensuring that the built environment is in sync with local water availability, reducing dependency on external sources. Ventilation is the another key aspect of Vastu, which takes into account prevailing wind patterns and temperature variations. For example, the positioning of windows, doors, and ventilation openings is designed to harness natural breezes, facilitating airflow that cools the interior during hot months, and it reduces the need for artificial cooling. So, this not only ensures comfort but also conserves energy, making buildings more sustainable and attuned to local climatic needs. Furthermore, the orientation of buildings, especially the placement of entrances, rooms, and courtyards, was based on a nuanced understanding of local climate and geography. Here, ancient planners used contour mapping and hydrological data to determine optimal sites for buildings and cities. By analyzing topography, water sources, and wind flow, they could minimize environmental impacts, ensured that structures were placed in areas that maximized comfort utility, and even sustainability. So, this holistic approach reflects how ancient architectural knowledge was deeply rooted in the geographical and climatic realities of the region, offering practical solutions for creating environments that were both spiritually aligned and even physically attuned to the natural world. Now we will see the historical context and evolution of Vastu-Shastra. The historical roots of Vastu-Shastra can be traced back to ancient Indian Vedic texts, where it was established as a foundational guideline for the construction of buildings and the design of living spaces. These texts, which form the cornerstone of Indian philosophy and spirituality, contain profound references to the importance of aligning human habitats with the natural and cosmic forces. The principles of Vastu Shastra are believed to be derived from sacred scriptures such as the Rig Veda, Atharva Veda, and Mahabharata, each offering insights into the way humans should live in harmony with the universe. The Rig Veda, with its hymns to the elements, provides the earliest mentions of spatial harmony and the integration of earthly and divine forces. Now, the Atharva Veda, focused on everyday life, contains detailed instructions on the construction of homes, emphasizing their alignment with celestial patterns. Similarly, the Mahabharata, while primarily a spiritual and philosophical text, also refers to architectural practices that encourage a balanced and prosperous life. Now, according to the Vastu Shastra, the harmonious alignment of buildings and spaces with cosmic energies is essential for maintaining balance in both physical and as well as in spiritual realms. And these alignments ensures that the spaces we inhabit resonate with the forces of nature, contributing to health, prosperity, and peace. So, the interconnectedness of architecture and cosmology in these ancient texts reflects the belief that living spaces are not just physical structure but are deeply entwined with the rhythms of the universe. So, by adhering to these principles, ancient architects and builders sought to create environments that were not only functional and sustainable but also spiritually uplifting, which brought well being for all who inhabited them. And the Vedic seers, with their deep spiritual insights and connection to the cosmos, perceived the universe as a dynamic and complex interplay of energies. Vastu Shastra emerged as a codified system designed to harness these energies in architectural practices. Aligning the physical environment with the cosmic forces, it is believed that the principle of Vastu Shastra were initially developed by ancient Indian sages, whose understanding of the universe was both profound and holistic. These sages recognized the interconnectedness of all elements like earth, water, fire, air, and space. And they designed architectural principles that ensured human dwellings were in harmony with the natural world. They also understood that the placement, orientation, and structure of a building could influence the energy dynamics within, which promotes not only the health but also prosperity and spiritual well being. In its early stages, research on Vastu Shastra primarily focused on its empirical analysis, observing how physical environments impacted human lives. The sages did not simply create a set of guidelines based on abstract principles, but they rather sought to understand how these guidelines could be practically applied to real world environments. So they meticulously analyzed the effects of natural elements such as sunlight, wind, and water flow on human spaces and integrated these findings into their architectural designs. So, this empirical approach helped them fine tune with the Vastu principles because they ensured that buildings were not only spiritually aligned but also conducive to human comfort and prosperity. And over time, Vastu-Shastra evolved from a philosophical framework into a practical guide for construction, encompassing everything from the orientation of buildings to the placement of individual rooms, ensuring a harmonious relationship between human habitation and the cosmic order. Now, the Vastu Shastra continued to play a significant role in its evolution. Like stories of ancient sages, their architectural feats were passed down through generations, becoming integral to the cultural fabric of Indian society. Now we will try to understand the significance of 16 directions. Another intriguing aspect of Vastu Shastra is the significance of the 16 directions, which offer a deeper layer of spatial understanding. Initially, early explorations of these directions were primarily concerned with their symbolic meanings as outlined in Vedic literature. In this early phase, the directions were often attributed basic qualities without delving deeply into their geographical or astronomical influences. The text, however, did provide a foundation for understanding the spiritual importance of these directions, linking them to various deities, cosmic elements, and energies that were believed to govern human lives. As research into Vastu Shastra progressed, more sophisticated interpretations emerged, integrating astronomical and geographical perspectives to deepen our understanding of how these directions impact the built environment. And the alignment of buildings according to these directions is no longer viewed merely as symbolic, but as a reflection of how cosmic energies can influence physical spaces and human well being. For example, the northeast direction, considered the most auspicious in Vastu Shastra, is associated with prosperity, spiritual growth, and overall well being. This direction is believed to draw in positive energy, with its auspiciousness linked to the sun's rising in the east, which brings vitality and rejuvenation to the world. And the rising sun rays, rich in life giving energy, are seen as a symbolic of the spiritual and material benefits that flow into a building when the north is properly aligned. And this focus on both symbolic and physical alignment ensures that spaces are optimized for both spiritual prosperity and everyday comfort. Now, the integration of astronomy and geography into Vastu Shastra offers a more holistic approach, grounding the ancient principles in the realities of natural and cosmic forces that shape human existence. So, Vastu Shastra is not merely an architectural guide, it's a geographical science that bridges the relationship between human spaces and the natural forces of the earth, aligning every structure with the cosmic energy that governs the universe.